Libya now, where 2.5 tons of uranium are missing from a site that is not under government control. This is according to inspectors from a United Nations watchdog. The International Atomic Energy Agency say that inspection in Libya had previously been postponed because of security concerns. The agency says that it plans to carry out investigations to determine what exactly transpired. Officials say the missing uranium presents a radiology risk and has given rise to nuclear security concerns. While Libya renounced its nuclear weapons program in 2003, the nation has been experiencing unrest since the 2011 ouster of longtime ruler Muammar Gaddafi. Well, Adel Amahui is in Cairo and he joins us now for more on that story. Hi there, Adel. Adel, what more can you tell us about the missing natural uranium?
Well, this was part of an old nuclear program that Libya has been leading since 2003. And back then, President Muammar Gaddafi has acquired about 6,400 barrels of what is known as yellow cake or uranium. It's a concentrated form of pre-fuel and also post-ore processing, which is an intermediate step between having an ore uranium and enriching it and turning it into fuel. And back then there were concerns by the IAEA about the storage facility and the safety of these storage facilities, raising concern that they're not safe enough, although that the location south of Libya is quite remote and logistically was challenging to have access to, which indicates that the facility was being kept away from the public and in a remote area, not accessible by any regular vehicle, for example. And then in 2020, during the peak of the Libyan civil war, right after the war has been diffusing between east and west of Libya, IAEA also officials have sat with General Khalifa Haftar, the commander of the Libyan National Army, the forces that control most of the Libyan territories, all of the east and most of the south. And the location, according to the latest report announced this week, was in a nuclear storage facility south of Libya, which indicates that Haftar may have been, his forces may have been the main protector or defender for that location. And the investigation will start actually about when and how did these 2.5 tons of uranium disappeared and who could have done that, especially that the location itself and the facility is logistically inaccessible, which means that there has been a deliberate move for it with quite heavy gears, maybe aircrafts or military equipment used to relocate them.
So Adel, from what you're hearing, what is the nuclear watchdog doing to recover the missing uranium and why is it important?
Well, it's important because there is a great concern about where it went. Basically, in general, this is a radioactive material in its state, the yellow cake or the yellow uranium. And therefore, if it has been relocated anywhere, there is a threat, according to the IAEA, of radiation spreading around and affecting people around it. That's one major concern. That's beside, of course, the bigger security concern about who acquired it and what will be done with these uranium. And we're talking about 2.5 tons of the material, which is quite a large amount. So on both levels, that's why there are major concerns by the IAEA, and it's in the report on Tuesday. It alarmed and told the UN Security Council as well, that it is alarmed by the disappearance of that amount of uranium. And that's why they are launching an investigation trying to relocate this amount and also trying to know who's behind it. And let's not forget, back in 2003, when President Gaddafi was there, he did not have any good relations with the West and many of the UN bodies as well. Still, he had reported the amount of uranium his country acquired and the location that it has been stored, and allowed investigators to come and check it out. So this is not something that would be taken lightly in acquiring and mobilizing uranium from one country to another or beyond. So that's why it's been taken very seriously until the whereabouts are disclosed.